In this video, I'm going to show you how IntelliHost's newest tool, Revenue Roadmap, reveals exactly what your top competitors are doing differently to out-earn your listings and grab more bookings. If you're tired of guessing what works and watching others rake in revenue, this is the video and tool you've been waiting for. My name is Jeff Brown. I'm the founder of IntelliHost, a listing optimization software that's been helping thousands of hosts improve their listings on platforms like Airbnb for the last couple of years. If you're watching this video, you've probably tried almost everything. Adjusting your nightly rates countless times, rewriting your listing descriptions, adding amenities, tweaking your title, swapping cover photos, and still your revenue isn't growing like it should. You've been listening to Airbnb gurus on YouTube, long-time property managers on Facebook group, but none of it's really moved the needle like you hoped. And that is exactly why we've been working behind the scenes for the past 6 months to create a revenue roadmap. This new tool, which is now live in your IntelliHost account, is designed to cut through all that noise and show you exactly what the top 10%, 5%, or even 1% of your chosen competition is doing differently to make more revenue than you. This tool literally pulls back the curtains from your competition to reveal what's missing from your listings. We've done this because we want to put the nail in the coffin on optimization methods that rely on gut feelings, vague advice from self-proclaimed coaching gurus, and pointless keyword swapping. Because most of it just simply doesn't work. Maybe adding the word beautiful to your listing title helped your Uncle Ben's property 8 years ago, but it's unlikely to do the trick in 2024 and 2025. Revenue Roadmap actually digs deep using real data, new AI-powered analysis, and advanced statistical models to pinpoint the root causes of underperformance. For example, it might show that listings similar to yours with just a $20 nightly rate increase and a flexible cancellation policy are earning an extra $400 a month. That's the kind of clarity and specifics we're talking about. We can do this because every single run of Revenue Roadmap sifts through and combines billions of data points from key data and cross-references from IntelliHost's own optimization insights, runs them through extensive statistical models, and enhances them with a new AI-driven analysis to reveal specific patterns, strategies, and improvements that are often missed by traditional methods. This new tool looks at everything: amenities, policies, pricing strategies, photo quality, description, and much more. It also allows users to pinpoint their property's real revenue potential based on their actual competition, not some generic set of listings. From there, we rank every recommendation by its estimated dollar impact, so you know exactly where to start to see the most gains and no more second guessing or getting stuck on random tips that don't really help. Here's how it works. I'll use one of the properties we currently manage in Texas as an example. First, we'll need to pick your competition. This new competition selection tool allows us to choose exactly which properties we want to be compared against. So you can build your own competitive set by selecting properties based on bedroom count and location radius. This means that you're not stuck with irrelevant competitors. You get to decide who your listing should be benchmarked against. Because ours is in the heart of Fort Worth, Texas, I'm going to pick a 3-mile radius, and there should be plenty of competitors to compare against. Who is in this competitive set, you ask? Well, our database analyzes data from over 4 million listings across the US, Canada, UK, and Australia over the past year. Once you've defined your competitive set, Revenue Roadmap breaks down the revenue performance of each comparable property and identifies the top percentile of revenue earners. Then it compares your listings data against these top performers and identifies the specific factors keeping you from reaching your revenue levels. Then it compares your listings data against these top performers and identifies the specific factors keeping you from reaching their revenue levels. Just a quick heads up before we dive in. Everything you see in Revenue Roadmap is based on thorough statistical analysis and correlation scores from our data set, as well as new AI modeling. While we do our best to show you the factors most strongly linked to higher revenue, these are estimates, not guarantees. Think of it like a weather forecast. If we can show you the probability of sunshine based on the data, but we can't control a surprise rain shower, use this tool to guide your strategy, but remember, it's not magic. It's really good data. Now let's talk about pricing, one of the most powerful levers of maximizing your revenue. To get the most accurate insights from Revenue Roadmap, we highly recommend connecting your properties to price labs. Why? Without a direct link to your real-time pricing data, Revenue Roadmap has to rely on estimated figures for your property's revenue, which means the results might not fully reflect your true performance. You can still get a Revenue Roadmap analysis without connecting to price labs, but be aware that most of your personal revenue numbers will be estimates, not actual figures. This means some of our recommendations may not be as precise as they could be. Pricing is a major factor in determining your overall revenue, so having actual data lets us evaluate it effectively and identify your biggest opportunities to optimize. By linking to price labs, you ensure that all your pricing variables, dynamic rates, minimum night stay requirements, seasonal adjustments, and more are included in the analysis, giving you the clearest, most actionable insights to drive your revenue forward. Lastly, Revenue Roadmap uses tokens to manage the heavy computing power needed for each analysis. Every time you run in a roadmap, Our system processes billions of data points using advanced statistical models and AI retrieval, which takes up to 20 minutes and a lot of server resources. Tokens help us allocate the power efficiently, so your analysis runs smoothly without slowing down our servers for others. Here's the heart of revenue roadmap, the quantitative analysis. Each bar you see represents a different factor that can impact your revenue, like pricing, amenities, response time, or guest policies. The longer the bar, the bigger the impact the area could have if optimized. This visual breakdown helps you see your biggest opportunities at a glance, making it easy to know where to focus your efforts. From there, we dive into the main sections of your roadmap. The quantitative analysis covers the hard numbers, pricing, booking settings, and management metrics, all backed by data that directly correlate to revenue increases in high-performing listings. So when we suggest you change your cancellation policy, for example, it's because the numbers show that similar properties are seeing better results using that approach. Let's take a closer look. I'm going to click on Policies and Settings, and here you can see which policies and settings have a revenue opportunity. Across the top, you see what we've analyzed, and we've either given you a check mark if you're already following the best practice for your competitive set, or if there's a mismatch between you and what the top revenue earners are doing in your area, then we quantify that impact with correlation analysis and display that here. So if I click on Cancellation Policy bar, it says that my current cancellation policy is moderate and that the top revenue earners in my area have a cancellation policy of firm. The potential revenue opportunity for switching my policy to firm is estimated to be $631 per year. Remember, these estimates are based on real patterns and correlations we've seen across similar listings, but it's up to you to decide if the change makes sense for your property. The best approach? Start with the recommendations with the highest revenue impact. These are the ones with the strongest links to higher revenue. You don't have to tackle everything at once. Just begin with the top few suggestions and you'll start to see results stacking up over time. You'll notice a bar at the top of the screen called Completed Revenue Opportunities. This feature tracks when you've made one of the recommended changes and adds those changes together so you can automatically see which changes you've implemented after you've rerun the analysis. Next, we have the Qualitative analysis. This focuses on things that may not have a clear revenue number attached, but still have a huge impact on guest perception, like your photos, title, and description. Our AI evaluates these elements and compares them to what's working for top properties. It's about helping your listing stand out and make a stronger impression on potential guests. We've broken this out into 4 sections: title, description, photos, and design. This is not just some generic ChatGPT output. The output you see here is generated by giving our AI algorithm the top performing properties from your competitive set, learning from what they are doing, and then providing improvement recommendations for your title, description, and each photo. A quick note on the design section. We've partnered with the top designers in the STR industry that design short-term rentals for a living and trained our AI to look at your property the way they would. The recommendations you see in this section are literally from the mind of a high-end designer that charges thousands of dollars for their services. With this systematic approach, you're not just making changes, you're making the right changes. Welcome to Revenue Roadmap, and I can't wait to see what you achieve. Ready to start optimizing? Dive into your recommendations now and unlock your property's full potential.